All right, let's get to work. Usually, before I start any programming course, I used to start from the basics, like what is the definition of a computer, why even do we need the programming, why do we need programming language, and what was the use of programming language. So I don't know, in our elementary processing could be interpretation, changing it to another way, and the last thing, it must have the ability to bring out a desired output. So these are the four things that make computer a computer. The last three are the responsibility of a programmer, someone who uses Python, JavaScript, Java, C#. They have this ability to make computer do these last three, which is one, accept information, process information, and bring out desired output. So we instructively tell computer on doing so using programming languages. So before a computer can actually accept information and process it, the least you should do is to even understand that information. You should understand that data. So we classify data into two classes. We have primitive data and we have reference data. So before a computer understands it, it splits it and it understands it based on this category. Number one is what? Primitive data type, and the second one is what? Reference data type. So in Python, data types define the type of value or a variable can hold and how the interpreter stores and manipulates it in memory. A number can be stored as a number, and you can manipulate numeric data using plus, times, minus, and all those numeric operations. But you can't perform numeric operations on string data like the human being's name, location name. You can't perform all those. So before a computer makes an operation or perform an operation, it must understand. So understanding is crucial. Python is a dynamically typed language. That means it infers the data type. You don't need to declare the type of data explicitly, unlike other programming languages like Java, C, and C# and more, and TypeScript. You can just say x is equal to 10. It saves this x as an integer automatically. Is that clear? We say y is hello, it saves y as a string. So we are going to look at all this type of data today, at least that Python gives us. There are two categories of data types. Python data types are generally classified into two main categories. The first one is a primitive, which is basic data type. Reference, non-primitive, also complex data type, right? So the primitive data types, they store simple values. They are not composed of other data. It's just a simple value. They are immutable. That means it can be changed. Their values cannot be changed once created. You've created it as it has been created, so the value is. You understand? So that's why they regard them as immutable. Then the first type we'll talk about is integer. It's int. It has the value type int. It represents a whole number, positive, negative, or even zero. Zero is an integer. So example is 25. Age is usually regarded to be. What is it saying? You created a text file, not go back to your home. It gives you two options, not text. So we have the integer. The first one is what? Integer. It's whole numbers. We clearly said that. So let's create a new notebook. I'm going to create a new notebook. Jupyter. I'm using this thing today, VS Code today. It's the same thing. I can increase the font. It's clear. Jupyter. I'm going to create a new notebook, and yes, I think we can say it clearly like this now. So example of data type is we have integers. Integers are what? Whole numbers, like x is equal to what? X is equal to 5. Or even let's say y is equal to 7. It's a whole number. Or even z is equal to 0. It's a whole number. Understand? So these are, so we can print can print the value of x equal to 1 as addition, and we can perform more. So let's run this. We should be able, we are using Anaconda, of course, should be able to get this value. It's connecting in my mind. This is basic, and we have 12 as the value of x plus 1. Is that clear? So that's basic int. We are going to march forward. There is no time. These are basic integers. Then float. Float is more like fractions. Floating number, point something. Represent decimal of fraction number. Example is a price. Price usually naira or currency usually come in floats. Weight of human being is always in float most of the times. Even height. All those things are floating numbers most of the times. Then you can perform numeric operations on float as well. Then we have Boolean. Boolean is another primitive data type. Boolean is true or false, like we say. It usually represents true or false value. Example, it's logged in, it's true. It's admin. It helps us most times to make decisions. It's used in decisions making. So if you said it's logged in, you can say print welcome back. So quickly let's create another this thing at the bottom. Remember, you want to create a new cell. Type B. Just type B. It creates a new. After you are out of the cell, press escape and press B. It creates a new cell under. Right? Make sure. Yes. Not while the other cell is active. If you type B, it will type BO. Not while a cell is active. You must press escape to make it inactive like this first. Yes, or you just click anywhere outside the box. If it was here, you click anywhere outside the box. If it was here, click anywhere outside it becomes deactivated. So quickly, we want to create one B at the bottom, and we want to create two right. So that's for Boolean values. Yes. What is it saying? Why is running? Going to the next line. So it's not connected yet. Did you close your terminal? You went and close your terminal.
The command prompt.
Yeah. You should not close it. You're asking a question.
Like this thing does not understand proper mathematical equations. Like it's usually like that's
Yeah, he understands it. That's what he understands. Just that there is something called associativity and preference. There are preference to operators, and that is why you must carefully use brackets. When we come to that place, it does understand. You carefully have to use brackets, because if you float everywhere with every data and you think it should understand basic board mass, it might select some things and starts afresh with those. It does understand board mass. It does. For example, board mass, is it not quickly? Give us an example. Okay, that first cell.
Yes.
And you said what? Tell me.
Then x minus y plus
X minus y, which is minus, supposed to be minus what?
minus 2.
Minus 2. Then plus 0, which is what?
Minus
X minus y plus what? Z. And you run this, shift enter. You can run with shift enter. Let me see. Turn it over. Okay. So that's about that. For simple, it's logged in. Then string.
Please let me see that.
Boolean.
Yeah,
This is the boolean.
let's see the second thing.
Hmm?
Can you please explain it again?
Okay, the boolean.
Yeah.
The boolean, we say it is of the two types, true or false. It has only two values, and it is usually used for what? Making condition or making decisions for conditional statements. And we say if it's logged in, meaning if it is true, if whatever it is here resolves to true. When we come to if statements, and especially control switch, we understand if else statements more. If it is true, do this. The only place this is happening is when this is true, and that is where we run if it is, if it's logged in. But if we print false, if this was false and we run this,
No, I changed.
to not run anything, because this is now false. The only place this runs is true. Don't worry, when we come to control of flows, which is another characteristic of programming language, generally you understand it better. But we are talking majorly data type. What you should learn from here is we have another type called Boolean, and Boolean has two values, true or false. Clear? Now, quickly, don't worry, you mustn't copy every single thing. We have a lot to do. So we have string. String is another data type for the UTF-8 character, especially every character in your keyboard is a string. So it represents a sequence of characters enclosed inside quotes. You put them inside quotation mark. It could be either single quotes or double quotes. It doesn't matter. So those are called strings. Even a number inside quotation is also a string. Exactly. So if we say name is equal to John or any of these, and we say even ID is equal to a string of 1, 2, 3, 4. This is not a number, this is a string because it's inside what? Quotation. But we can put identity equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what? This is a string, this is an integer. Is that clear? Is that clear? So these two are strings. So strings could either be represented with double quote or single quote. You can either put double or what? Single quotes. Anyone works. Is that clear? So any of them works. So that's about what? String. Let's get to the next data type.
Or the root identity equal to 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
That one is not my string, and that's an integer.
Yes, that's an integer. I just wanted to differentiate between, I said this is a string, but this is a number. The only difference between here is not value, is what? Just they are enclosed by quotation. So making it string. Anything that is enclosed by quotation. Yes. It's the same thing. An integer is a whole number. You'll be using it extensively in most programming, especially when you come to your R programming, you use it too. So whatever we are doing here is applicable to any programming language. Understand? So apart from string, we also have another data type called non-type. It represents absence of value. For example, it's none. Nothing is, there is no value inside. In JavaScript, we call null. So it's of the type none. So in case you have a value, you can just say let's def here. What is the spelling of def? The spelling of def. Support to null. In JavaScript they call it null, but in Python we call it null. Death here. The person is going to die. Okay, not dead. D-E-A, like this. That's the time the person is going to die. So you can just say none. I beg, let this not happen. Oh my God. So that is usually absence of value. So most of the times you have users in your applications you'll be developing. In the applications you'll be developing. Hey, watch out that. Most cases, the applications you'll be developing will come with where user will input values. But there are some cases the value user will put is null. They didn't put any value. For example, in a case where you allow user to put in first name, middle name, last name, in the middle name some people will not put. So most of the time the value will return as empty. So those variables without value are called what? They are called the null type variables. They don't have any data attached to them. So that's about the null type. Oh God, we chat that. I know you're not seeing it though. And I'm streaming this thing and there are 4 or 5 viewers online now. Guys, we have to pause this, so Nigerian Factor. End this streaming now. We'll continue this class. End.
So they're hearing what we're saying?
They are hearing now.